from 106.1 KISS FM, here with my tag team partner in podcasting, the one, the only thirsty Jerry Valeri. What is going on there, Jerry?
Hydration is the key. One must stay hydrated at all times, especially when predicting a pay-per-view and getting it right, just like always.
My prediction is that you will win the predictions episode for TLC because you always get these B pay-per-views.
This one gave me fits, man. I don't know which direction they're going to go. I feel like SmackDown's at a crossroads, and they could go any direction they want with any of these matches.
Well, yeah, and this is, I feel like, first of all, one of my overwhelming notes was, and this was the impression I was having all while watching SmackDown, was I have no idea what the card is for TLC until I looked it up.
Yeah, we had to look it up. And it seems like a pretty fun card with pretty cool stipulations. You know me, I like hardcore type matches.
Well, okay, I do too. I'm not a mark for them, but I like them. But in this setting, when the whole pay-per-view has a stipulation, not like Hell in a Cell or Elimination Chamber, but like everyone's got a different stip to it, I don't mind these. They kind of remind me of the old uncensored days from WCW.
Right. Yeah, I can handle this. It'll be good.
However, let's be real. As we're only 2 weeks after Survivor Series and an A pay-per-view, they did not build this show at all.
They didn't have a chance to. And if they didn't have creative story writing that allowed them to build the Dean Ambrose AJ Styles match 2 weeks before Survivor Series, like they were building that match 2 weeks before Survivor Series because they had to. I mean, they absolutely had no chance if they didn't get hype for that match going.
They just need to stop. And I hope that I read that they're going to, or at least considering it, but they have to lower the number of pay-per-views they're doing. This is getting absurd.
Right.
Because I agree. Because we had Survivor Series 2 weeks ago.
I agree. I know. I can't believe that we're back for 1 week after Thanksgiving break and we're picking another pay-per-view.
I know, exactly. So, all right, let's get into things. Before we do the pay-per-view predictions, I just wanted to say a few things about SmackDown. Of course, the first thing, everyone's got to be talking about this. Isn't it so great to have The Undertaker back?
Because he's back now, right?
Because
he said he's coming back.
Because everyone was talking to me about how excited they were for the Undertaker return, and I was over here. I felt like on an island. Maybe I was, maybe I wasn't, but I was the one guy being like, "Are you guys all dumb? He's not back."
I feel so dumb. I feel so dumb.
Right? Because I know. And listen, to your credit, he the purpose of his announcement on SmackDown 900, the historic 900th episode.
Yes, of course, because the 900th anniversary is always so special.
Yes, that is the dead anniversary. He comes and says, "I'm back." And a lot of people on the Post show, and even on this show, our own Jerry Valeri, everyone's so excited Undertaker's back. And I'm over here like...
He's digging holes and smoking poles.
I was like, guys. So basically what he was saying was WrestleMania is not going to define him. 2 matches a year will define him instead of 1. So he'll get the Rumble with AJ Styles, and he'll get WrestleMania with somebody else, and then there you have it. He's back, everybody.
Wait, you think he's coming to the Rumble?
I hear he's going to face AJ Styles at the Rumble in San Antonio.
Boy, that might change my mind a little bit about who wins the match this weekend.
Okay. I mean, well, I don't know if it's going to be a title match or what the story is there, but I don't know. I've locked in. I mean, I'm locked and I'm going with what I'm going with. But the Undertaker better not ever fight for a title again. Sorry. Well, I'm just so glad that he's back. You know, I mean, it's just been. I mean, we've had 1 pay-per-view. We're going on 2. We've had 2 SmackDowns since he made that big return announcement. It's been so great having him back.
It should be like WrestleMania is not going to define me. Neither will any other pay-per-view this year.
Right.
Neither will anything else this calendar year. Maybe Roadblock. I don't know.
So that's. I just want to kind of say I told y'all so.
Yeah, that's
anyway.
all right.
So there was that. Line of the night I actually gave to Dean Ambrose, who had me laughing when he said he's got James Ellsworth on the asylum, and the whole world wants to know, how old are those boots? Thought that was a good line.
I thought that was a really good line too. My line of the night went to JBL. For some reason it's escaping me now, but it was right when AJ Styles threw him out of the ring. He said something about it was just another bad chin joke with the mutant. It was just funny. I can't get enough of the chin jokes.
Yeah,
Chinch McMahon, all of that.
You're right. They're kind of funny. Sometimes they get stale, but yeah, they're for the most part pretty funny. I thought,
how old are those boots?
But it's like he gets to ask him one question, and I felt like that was a funny choice. I feel like this Kane and Luke Harper thing has to stop. Because
why are they making Luke Harper job the Kane multiple times? I don't get it.
It's not even that. There's no winners in a Kane versus Luke Harper feud.
No.
There's no winners. I think the 4-man commentary has to stop. It's time for them to play Weakest Link. And David Otunga, you are the Weakest Link. Goodbye.
Goodbye. You're gone. We agree on that for sure.
Yeah.
Also, I love the Asylum with AJ Styles and Ellsworth and Dean Ambrose, and the Styles clash off the steel steps onto the floor was amazing.
Yeah, that was cool. That was cool.
Kudos to Ellsworth for taking brutal chair shots and taking bumps. Like, I like that guy. I think I just like his ethic, his work ethic when it comes to being in the WWE. He gets it.
It's kind of funny because it almost probably made that move safer for him. Do you remember? I think we talked about it. I'm not sure, but he got himself into a little bit of a pickle in the first Styles clash he took.
Remind me.
This was when he was not a fixture. This was when I believe it was the first time he defeated AJ Styles. It was still like shocking to see him on TV in that position. He took the Styles clash, but he tucked his head instinctively, which a lot of times when you're in that position, you would instinctively want to tuck your chin. And that's the one move you're not supposed to tuck your chin on. And he almost broke his neck. But AJ was on top of it, and it didn't hurt him, but it almost did because Ellsworth took it wrong.
Right.
So I'm sure he's learned his lesson since then, but I'm thinking maybe that more distance to the floor would maybe make the move safer for him if he doesn't know how to take it.
Right. Well, and I watched him take it. I backed it up a couple times. He's definitely arching back now for that move. So it's all knees and stomach, and so he's taking it the right way now. It still looks like it hurts like hell,
yeah,
though.
Well, it's not a dangerous move to take, except for instinctively wrestlers want to tuck their chin in that position.
Right.
And that's the one thing that'll make it dangerous. If you just know to do the opposite, you're okay. So there was that. And then I wanted to say one more thing, which I know you're probably not prepared to talk about because you didn't see live 205 Live.
I did not.
I did watch it. It's pretty good. Are you planning on watching it?
I am planning on it. I heard your boy debuted, and I'm excited to see that match.
Oh, yeah. I've got thoughts about that one, but we'll get into that on a different time.
Okay.
I will say, for as much criticism as I give the commentary, they have an interesting choice on commentary on 205 Live. And
Go ahead and tell me who it is.
It's Austin Aries. Well, you got Morrow, you got Corey Graves, and Austin Aries, and he is in an interesting position. So, like, you've got Morrow on play-by-play, you've got Corey Graves on color, and then you've got Austin Aries doing something kind of unique in a position that I'm just going to call being a heel sniper. As in, he doesn't he doesn't talk as much as the other commentators by far. But when he does drop a line, it's funny and it's impactful, and then he kind of shuts up again. And I kind of thought it was a good spot for him.
He's still active in NXT though, correct?
Yeah, but he's hurt.
Okay.
So that's what he's doing now. Like, one line I thought was really funny was the opening contest, and I'm sorry, I know you haven't seen it yet, but I'm gonna spoil this little part for you. The opening contest is the Bollywood Boys, which are like the tag team from India.
Yeah.
And they make a tag, and Austin Aries' call is, now is that herp or derp? Which I just thought was a good line.
I can get into this.
But when I will say, when he goes long and he gives like more than just a punchline kind of joke, he really struggles. And you'll notice that too. The longer he talks, the worse the more feet he puts in his mouth. His
mouth betrays him.
Yeah, exactly. And so he has that, but I like his potential. And even though I wouldn't give him an A+, I liked him in that spot more than I thought I would.
Okay.
So there was that. That's to look forward to. Now, unless you want to talk about SmackDown more, let's move into the meat and potatoes of this show, and that's the TLC predictions.
Any comments I have to make about SmackDown, I can throw into my predictions for the pay-per-view. So let's go for it.
All right. I could have only named one match heading into this, and that would be the main event. But let's go ahead and get things started. I don't think I have these in any sort of order, but let's start with the women's match, the non-title women's match. Nikki Bella taking on Carmella in a no DQ match.
Carmella has surprised me. I didn't know much about her other than she was the eye candy with Enzo and Cass in NXT. She's put on some pretty good matches. Nikki Bella is Nikki Bella. It's always going to be Nikki Bella. I think that they're going to put Carmella over on this one.
Well, I agree. I think Carmella is going to win. And my justification is I think that the stipulation lends to a heel victory. And I still think we're going to be feeling residual effects from Survivor Series, because they haven't really touched upon that, I feel like, since Survivor Series.
Like, they haven't touched who attacked her, and I still feel it was Natty. So I think that's going to happen.
Correct. I agree. I think it was Natty. But I feel like through some heel tactic, which will be legal in this match, Carmella will win.
Okay. I agree.
In a way that won't make Nikki look bad, but will just make Carmella win. So we got that. And while we're talking the women, why don't we just go ahead and cover the women's title match too?
Okay.
We've got Becky Lynch taking on Alexa Bliss. Is there a stip? Oh yeah, it's a tables match.
The tables match, and they what a good promo they put on for their match to hype their match up on SmackDown. I enjoyed that.
I am becoming a real mark for Alexa Bliss.
She is running circles around Becky Lynch as far as promos and talking, her attitude, just little things about her attitude. Like after she puts Becky through the table and she's walking out of the ring, she stops in front of Becky and like kicks her feet up on her a little bit. Like
my dog does after she takes a dump.
Right. And I thought, what a nice touch. Like it's the little things that really matter. And it helps Alexa look good. The fact that Becky sucks on the mic. I'm not saying Becky Lynch sucks. Don't come at me.
I agree.
She's terrible on the microphone. She can't even get words out.
That accent's not helping her either.
No, I love the line. I was like, I know they didn't teach you how to speak in coherent sentences on the potato farm. You know what? That's my line of the night.
Is that something Alexa said that I missed?
Yeah, she said that. She was like, so don't call me Lexi. It's Alexa. Say it with me. Alexa. Like, I love when she said, I know they don't teach you to speak in coherent sentences on the potato farm.
That's great. Not only I want to see what you said and raise you. So you said that Alexa Bliss is running circles around Becky Lynch. I agree with that. And I want to raise you that Alexa Bliss is running circles around my expectations for Alexa Bliss.
Absolutely. She's running circles around my expectations for any of the women on SmackDown.
And like to me, I think I wrote her off because she looks like the prototypical diva. And she's proven that she is more than the typical diva. She looks the part. So she's got kind of the best of both worlds going on.
Yeah, she's the evil princess of the WWE, they're calling her and stuff like that. I like the whole angle. I love her look. She looks great.
She's hot.
She's hot. She sounds fun. And she puts on good matches.
That being said, obviously she's going to lose on Sunday.
You think so?
I've got her losing, but not obviously.
I pick her to win.
Oh, great. Okay, cool. Why do you think that?
I think because I feel like I don't know. I just think she's going to win. I don't even think that it's like this big master plan. I think she deserves it. I think she's really good, and I think it would move the story along if she took it from Becky. If she takes it from Becky, and you've got this super heel with the title. I don't know. I like it. I like the idea of it.
It seems more believable and again, this is one of those times where when you start putting ideas in my head, I kind of water them and they grow. I do think it is more believable seeing Alexa put Becky through a table than Becky putting Alexa through a table. But I think that when Alexa does beat Becky for the title, I just don't see it happening Sunday, I guess.
I can see it going the wrong way on me here because the minute Becky went through the table on SmackDown, I said out loud, I was like, Becky's going to win. Becky's going to win. And then
you're right.
I thought more about it, and I just like the Alexa pick, and I'm gonna just go with a wild card. I feel like if there's going to be one that I'm just going to take a shot on and maybe have it hit, it's Alexa. I'm taking Alexa Bliss.
Listen, I hope you're right, but I'm actually, now that we're done talking about this match, I feel like I'm feeling more confident in my pick now.
Okay.
All right, let's talk about the chairs match pitting Baron Corbin against Kalisto.
I feel like I'll go ahead and I'll just say that this has been a better feud than I thought it was going to be.
It's kind of substantial. Yeah, there's some substance there.
It has meat to it. They're both coming out looking better because of it, I think. I do believe that.
Yeah, I agree.
And I think Baron Corbin wins. This is his kind of match. Yeah. This is a chairs match. They need his character to win this.
I feel like they're giving him steam, and I don't think it would make sense to stop that steam. So, yeah, I think that that's where they're going to go. And I almost kind of think it'd be a cool gimmick for him to be like the cruiserweight killer or like the little guy killer.
I think that would be pretty cool, actually. Yeah.
So, okay. So we're 3 matches in and we disagree on one so far, on the women's championship match.
Correct.
For those taking notes at home. All right, let's keep moving here. Let's talk about the tag team championship match on SmackDown side. I don't have a stip on this one. Is there a stip?
I see no stip.
Okay.
I'm looking here, and it just has Heath Slater and Rhino taking on the Wyatt family, as in Orton and Bray.
I feel of all of my picks, I'm probably the least confident in this one, but I have my one and only title change. I don't hope I didn't spoil too much, but yeah, I have this as being a title change. The tag titles I see here. Okay. I see Randy Orton and Bray Wyatt winning. I feel like they've kind of dropped the ball on Slater and Rhino. People are behind them, but they haven't given us anything more since they've won the title. And they're just kind of stagnating, sadly. They're not doing anything wrong. They're just not. I mean, when Heath Slater was trying to win that contract, he was so over and everyone loved him. And they
loved Rhino because of it.
Yeah, it was really working. But they just, as soon as he got that contract, I knew this was going to happen. It was just going to stop. And that's what wound up happening. And I'm afraid they're going to fade into obscurity after they lose the title. And I do see that happening on Sunday.
I agree, and for the same reasons. I feel like, and it breaks my heart to say it, but I feel like Heath Slater and Rhino are just kind of fading into obscurity. Just like you said, they're staring down the barrel of obsolescence. They're just not sizzling, and the crowd loves them, but it's a different kind of love. It's they're not doing any favors to the championships, and I think that the Wyatts having the belts make it pretty interesting.
Yeah, I think that they've got more potential for storyline opportunities with the odd couple pairing of Bray and Randy.
Let's be honest, it's time to put a championship on Bray and see what he can do with it.
Yeah, but I feel like the tag title is the wrong one, but it's better than nothing.
It is. I feel like he should have had a championship a long time ago, but give him something.
So we agree. We've both locked in that is a title change, the Orton and Wyatt beating Slater and Rhino. Okay.
Correct.
We've got, 2 more matches, I think.
Yep.
Sorry, I've got a messy note card in front of me, so I'm trying to make heads or tails out of what I got here. All right, Intercontinental title ladder match. Miz taking on Dolph Ziggler once again, in what has the potential to be the feud of the year, in my opinion.
Yeah, and I hate Dolph Ziggler, or hate it anyways, and SmackDown's done so much making me care about guys I never thought I'd care about, and these two are the perfect example of it.
Sure.
I went back and forth on this one. I don't feel like you struggled nearly as much as I did here.
No, I didn't. I mean, I think Miz retains.
I think Miz retains. I agree with you on Miz. But I'm not 100% confident, because Dolph only had it for a heartbeat, and then they took it off of him, and they took it off of him in a weird, unceremonious way.
Okay, here's the way I justify that. They took it off of Miz, not because they were ready to shift gears and directions with the title, but because it was necessary for the storyline. Because if Dolph didn't get it, he would have been off the roster, kind of thing. Yeah. So they kind of rushed it back onto Miz, because that was still more in line with their original plan for the title. So I think that they're going to keep it on track with Miz. Dolph doesn't need it; he just needed it for the one night. Back at their last pay-per-view.
Yeah, I like Miz having it. I think Miz retains, and I hope I'm right. Of all the matches, I hope I'm right here, because I think he's a great Intercontinental Champion.
He is, although I will say, of the two, my preferred choice in that feud, I think the more talented guy, and this may be a polarizing opinion, I think the more talented guy is Dolph.
Talented in which way? Because I feel like Miz is more charismatic. I think Miz cuts better promos. I think Miz connects with the fans more, and not in a positive way, but still there's the connection. His heel connection is stronger than Dolph's face connection, if you want to put it that way.
Okay, I agree with that, but I'm still saying, all in all, the more talented guy is Dolph, in my opinion.
And I'll say you're wrong and stupid for being wrong.
All right, fair enough. And then we've got one more match. And
when did I become a Miz mark, by the way? When did that happen?
That was just that happened when the Ziggler feud was going on, and probably specifically at the last pay-per-view. Was it No Mercy, the last SmackDown exclusive pay-per-view?
He's just so good. He's got me where he wants me.
Good. I feel like we've both alluded to who we think is going to win the main event. And correct me if I'm wrong, in a TLC match, you need to get something off of a ladder, right?
I think so, yeah. I would assume if a TLC, you have to, it's just a hardcore match. It's a hardcore ladder match.
Yeah, I feel like it's technically no different than a ladder match.
Exactly, because you could hit someone with a chair in a ladder match.
Yeah, you could put someone through a table in a ladder match too. All right, so either way, I have AJ Styles retaining, as I spoiled before, and I want to go on make a prediction. I think that you think there's going to be a title change.
I do think there's going to be a title change.
We both let it slip earlier, because I said the only title change will be the tag team titles. And when I gave the stat about AJ and Undertaker, you said that might change your opinion about the main event match.
Right.
So I feel like we both kind of let that slip, but whatever. So let's talk about it.
I can argue both sides. I can say, sure. I can see what you're saying here. AJ Styles has done everything absolutely right, and they've kind of made him. They didn't make him look foolish, but he's lost to Ellsworth a bunch, and he's been losing this feud thus far. But I don't think this feud ends at TLC. I think Dean Ambrose is just are we giving credit to Steve Austin yet? Is that what did it? The Stone Cold podcast? Because Dean Ambrose has turned it up. He looks better. He's sharper with his promos. He's funnier. He's more heated when he needs to be. And I think he gets the belt back. I think he gets the belt back until maybe Royal Rumble. This screws me up, though. This whole Undertaker schmaz.
Which isn't official. I mean, it's not even close.
I can see AJ Styles winning it. I can see AJ Styles winning it because of Ellsworth somehow, but I can see him losing it too. And I can see him losing it because of Ellsworth. So I don't know. And then maybe Ellsworth gets his championship match against Dean, and then I don't know how it works, because Ellsworth still has earned a spot. He has earned a championship match.
Now, keep in mind, you said you see Dean having it till Royal Rumble. You know, Royal Rumble is only like 6 weeks following the
right.
TLC.
Right. I don't think it's a really long hold. But I think that I don't think they're good. If AJ beats Dean, it puts this feud to bed, and it's a good place to put it to bed. But I just don't think it's over yet. I don't see this feud being over.
So you think the only way to keep it going is to give Dean the title?
I think Dean gets the title.
Okay. Well, then that means we have two disagreements. So essentially, it boils down to the main event and who wins between AJ Styles and Dean Ambrose for who
and
gets
the women's match.
No, but whichever one goes last is the tiebreaker.
Oh.
So that's what it's really going to come down to, unless they're going to pull a Raw and put the women's title last.
Pull a Raw and have Kalisto and Baron Corbin wrap it up.
No, they want the women because, Divas Revolution hashtag bikini, hashtag just as good as the guys, hashtag main event of Hell in a Cell, hashtag we bleed too, hashtag.
Yeah, I know you have a problem with the Hell in the Cell main event, but you have to admit the Raw main event was fitting.
Oh, absolutely. And I don't want it to seem like I have a problem with women in the main event. The main event should be reserved for one of two matches. The title match, the world title match, or the most anticipated match on the show. Either one of those can be the main event. And when Raw did it, they did it to be talked about for that reason. The women's championship match at Hell in the Cell was neither of those.
Right. But it was a good match, but it shouldn't have been last.
Right. That's just the way I feel about it. And I hope one day that the match I look forward to most on a show is the women's match on a pay-per-view. But the Hell in the Cell was certainly not that time.
Well, I'm very excited for you because you're going to get 4 out of 6 right on a pay-per-view, which is good for you. I'm going to get 6 out of 6 correct, but you're going to get 4 of them right, and I'm proud of you.
Thank you. Well, since it's a B show, it wouldn't surprise me if you win this one. Although since it's boiled down to the main event, I actually really feel like I'm gonna win that particular prediction and take that lock home.
I hope you're right. Because I want AJ to keep it, but I feel like it wouldn't upset me if Dean gets it. Hey, Ellsworth is going to play a part. You know it.
Oh yeah, I'm not saying no. He's also been known to screw things up for Dean.
I know. He has monkeyed things up a bit.
So the one thing I do know is that he'll be wearing that silly shirt of himself, whatever he's doing on Sunday. I love that shirt.
Hey,
is there anything else you want to mention before we wrap things up?
I think that's it. Other than I love you. Yeah, so we're good.
Love you too, man. And we will be back on Monday because we'll recap Sunday's pay-per-view. So I think we'll have a pretty busy week next week. So and then we'll close things out the following week for the year with our Posty Awards. And it's going to be a few fun broadcasts here on the way. So thanks for tuning in.
When's Roadblock? Like, when are we doing? When do we have to do that stuff?
Well, when we're on vacation, I don't know when your vacation is, but I got a whole lot of time. My vacation starts the 15th, which I think is a Thursday. And yeah, up until the new year, that'll be our last episode.
Okay. So, we'll see each other, although we might surprise everybody. If you end up at my house, we might just do a surprise post-to-post from my house.
Yeah, maybe we will. Absolutely. Right. So I'll wrap things up then. Those are our predictions. Make sure you keep your eye on the main event to see who gets that lock of glory that will be figuratively dangling from the roof of the building. For myself and my tag team partner, Thirsty Jerry Valeri, have a great day. We will see you on Monday. Chug, chug. Chug, 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 chug.
I've chugged it. It's gone. I wish there was more.
I wish there was more too.